Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing a mini John Cooper Works Clubman All 4. Before we get in this video, I'm going to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mini of Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this Mini. This one is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out this car and the rest of the inventory that they currently have. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 31 on the highway, with power outputs being 301 horsepower and then 331 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So first off, the camera's not capturing this very well, but this blue paint looks so cool. It's this very deep, dark blue. Of course, got the hood scoop there in the center with the Mini logo down below, and then we have these signature oval headlights, which are just so sweet. And then popping down to the grill, you guys can see it says John Cooper Works off to the side. You get the red trim there in the center and then a bunch of parking sensors. And putting it all together, I'm a big fan of the front end styling here in the Clubman. Coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225, 40, 18 in the front and over in the rear. And by the way, all 4 means this one is all-wheel drive, for those of you that are wondering. Silver on the wheels, which I think looks really cool. And then you've got John Cooper Works there on the brake caliper, this painted red. And here's actually a kind of a closer look there. The fender flare here is actually pretty cool. It has this little like venting piece there on the side. And you guys can see John Cooper Works and then all 4 down below. And then here is your full side view with the car. Now here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function, the opening here for the back, and then the Mini logo on the back. I am about to blow your mind, people, so look at this. Am I the only one who thinks this is cool? Because that's cool. Now popping into the cargo area, we have a cargo cover built in from the factory, and then you guys can see here with the floor mats, and then you got some storage there off to either side. Now, from what I can tell, closing it's just normal. It has like a regular hydraulic function there with the closing, so just make sure you do it in the right order. So we've got the taillights, which have the British flag in them, another cool feature, and then you guys can see here with the rest of the badges, parking sensors here, and then you got the exhaust tips on either side. And overall, I love the styling on this. Like, you just can't go wrong with Mini Cooper styling. Now popping inside here at the top, it's soft touch, and then you have some padding where you're going to rest your arm. And then you guys can see the window control, and then of course Mini's famous door handle. Got the little oval headrest there, and then here are the seats in the Clubman. I do like these inserts here on the side. Now legroom here in the back is actually really good. Got a storage pocket. We've got some vent action here in the back with some USBs as well. And we actually have a sunroof here, which is another cool feature. And then headroom, because it's a Mini Cooper, it's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, just like the back, you got soft touch here at the top, and then look at this design. I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up very well. That is so cool. And then you got padding right here, all of our window controls, mirror adjustments, which the mirrors do power fold in, and then again with the fancy door handle. And there's a quick look at the mirrors. Now taking a look at the front seat, you guys can see same material use as the back. The seat is power adjustable. It also has memory seat function. And then I love the shape of the pedals. It's pretty cool. And then you guys can see the light control there as well. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see the padding all around. We have paddle shifters there on the back for the 8-speed automatic. And then you have regular practical controls, and I like the overall like design and finish on everything. And then you have your regular stocks there on the back. Now in normal Mini Cooper fashion, we've got this digital gauge cluster that actually moves with the whole steering wheel. It's kind of like a cool quirk with the car. But overall design and theme, I love it. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and you guys can hear the parking sensors freaking out at me. But anyways, as for the rest of the infotainment system, first off, you have this giant kind of like red bar around it right now. That is for the parking sensors to let us know that we are in the bad beep boop zone. But the reason why you have this coloration here is it does different things. So for example, with the volume, as I increase it, notice that it will go like that. And then fan speed, same thing, it'll kind of illuminate as I'm increasing there as well. So it's just cool with the different things. It just adds to like the overall flair of the car. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, Response time with it is actually really good. There is a little dial I can use to control the system as well. So overall, easy to use, but it also just integrates a lot of fun. We've got dual zone climate controls down below, heated seats here up front, and then a bunch of toggle switches. The most important, obviously, stop start, which I think is really cool. And then you guys can see the drive mode select. So this is also kind of like a fun thing. So we've got our sports, and notice it shows the Mini driving through. Mid, and then green. I said this in my last Mini review, but like mid sounds like something that a Gen Z person would come up with for a drive mode. They'd be like, oh, that drive mode's so mid. I don't know. We've got our shifter here for the 8-speed automatic. It does have manual function. Parking brake, interesting with the shape. Anyways, analog control for the infotainment system. And then you got the center console set up here, which is very interesting, to say the least. Nice padding here on the top. And speaking of padding, the dash is soft touch, as you can see. And then you got this trim down here. Pretty cool looking. Pretty normal glove box, to be honest. And then while we're up top, we do have a sunroof up front as well. And then you got more fun toggle switches up front. So here's our window sticker for this Clubman. Base MSRP $42,400. We do have some options. The biggest one is the iconic trim. It seems like all these Minis are equipped with this because it adds a bunch of practical stuff to it. Anyways, total MSRP is $50,560. And, well, let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, time for us to set off. So we are setting off in the Clubman. Now this is my second Mini review of the day. And I'm kind of figuring out what the brand is trying to do here in the US. So the first Mini I reviewed was a manual, two-door hardtop. And that, you know, on the surface, kind of just seems like your fun kind of weekend car that you could daily drive because it's super comfortable and it gets good gas mileage and it's just easy to drive. This is kind of like your more practical, like almost like family Mini. But the thing I noticed about this is with the stance, this is low to the ground, kind of like that two-door. And so we'll see with the driving dynamics, but my guess is that this is probably going to be kind of more sporty with the drive, similar to that two-door. But also, it's got the, again, the daily driver part of it is the all-wheel drive, right? You can drive this in all 4 seasons, so that kind of also kind of adds to this being, I guess, more practical compared to the two-door Mini that's front-wheel drive. And, well, getting up and moving again, first thing that I'm really excited to comment on is the steering. It still has really good steering that Minis are known for. It's not quite as sporty and direct as what you have in the two-door car, but it's, I mean, for what this is, you know, 4-door all-wheel drive car, it's really good. It's very engaging. And the other thing that's engaging is the powertrain. It's definitely got some oomph to it, that's for sure. And these seats also kind of like a sportier feel as well. The thing that I really like about these seats, believe it or not, is these are definitely like on the harder side of things, which usually means that a car is going to be kind of uncomfortable, but that's not the case with this. It's crazy. They've been able to like make these seats have this, you know, kind of like harder sporty feel, but I feel comfortable as well. So I think that's really cool they've been able to do that. Now the suspension on this is firmer. You can tell that they've kind of, you know, tried to focus on handling with this. So there is kind of that emphasis. I'm going to pop, or I have it in the sport mode rather. It's got some get up and go. Let's see how this automatic is. Transmission's super sharp. It's very quick to respond. I mean, look at these downshifts. Instant. I mean, this is fun for like a daily driver car. This has a lot of fun to it. And well, this will get us into summing things up here with this Clubman. We'll get one little acceleration. Oh man, such a fun car. And it's fast. This thing is very quick. So to sum things up, I think this, I mean, I love Mini styling. It's one of the few automakers, in my personal opinion, that like, they just don't get it, I mean, at least from like the cars that I've seen so far, it seems like they don't get it wrong. Like they get it right so well. The cars just all look really cool. And then, you know, interior, it's got fun quirks to it. There are some touch points like the paddle shifters that are just plastic. But again, I think that it just comes down to a price point thing. If you wanted nicer materials, then the car would end up being more expensive. And it's already, you know, this kind of more bespoke type vehicle. And that's kind of what I want to emphasize. So, is this the most practical four-door car on the planet? No. But what this gives you is an extremely exciting driving experience in a four-door car that has all-wheel drive. You just don't get this with like I can't think of any other like $50,000 crossover car that just feels like this fun. And look at that color. That green is beautiful. That just absolutely pops. But anyways, so there's that part of it. And then there's the, again, just like the fun nature of this car, like the looks and the interior and just some of like the little quirks and everything. It just like this feel like this is an experience as much as it is a vehicle, if that makes sense. And so you kind of like experience a Mini as much as you drive it. So let me know what you guys think, but I'm understanding the Mini brand a little bit more after today, and now that I kind of understand the brand more, it excites me more, because like as a car enthusiast, like something like this that is four doors, practical, all-wheel drive, and fun is so cool to me.